One of the things God's doing right now is waiting for an organization like My Faith Votes to tell the story of what God is doing in this country. God is using this moment to use organizations like My Faith Votes to remind us that we have to be a part of this process. We have to get our voice heard.
Be a part of the process. Visit donate.myfaithvotes.org and make a donation today. You can help My Faith Votes ensure that Christians get out and vote.
You know, people often tell me, because I'm in D.C., because I'm a Christian, the two things you shouldn't talk about at the dinner table, religion and politics. And, I've said, I think that's true, but people generally don't want to talk about politics because it takes up too much of their identity. They stake too much of their identity in politics. And people don't want to talk about religion because I think there's a haunting in them that they know that they're not focusing enough on God. They're not focusing enough on the spiritual things. Politics is taking up too large of an emotional space in our lives. And it is not safe to engage in politics with our feet planted in politics. The safest place to engage in politics, the only safe place in my view to engage in politics, is with our feet planted in the gospel. And what we're seeing in our politics now is a lot of people are going to politics to have their spiritual needs met. And politics is an awful place to meet spiritual needs, but politicians will pretend that they could do it if it will get your vote. And so part of what we need is a healthy perspective that politics can only take up so much of our lives, and it only has a constrained role in the overall scope of life, and that's important to remember. It'll be important to remind our country leading up to November 8th, and I think we're definitely going to need to remind ourselves of that on November 9th.